I want to talk about one of those companions who was much more than a companion of Hussein. I'm talking about Muslim ibn Aqeel. Muslim shared so many traits with Abu al-Fadl al-Abbas. Number one, they were both 35 years of age. Listen. Number two, both Muslim and Abbas were called brothers by Imam al-Hussein. Imam al-Hussein called Abbas was obviously his brother. As for Muslim, he said, Akhi wa ibn ammi, my brother and my cousin Muslim. What else? Both Muslim and Abu al-Fadl al-Abbas died while thirsty. Neither of them drank any water. What else? They both fell from a high distance. What else? They both felt embarrassed toward Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam. Abu al-Fadl, because he wasn't able to bring water back to the camp. As for Muslim, because he said, I am the one who wrote to Hussein and asked him to come to Kufa. What a great personality this was. When they captured him, they took him to the governor's mansion. They say that he was gushing with blood from all over. There was so much blood pouring out that when he asked for water, they gave him a cup. He couldn't drink it because every time he lifted it, it would be filled with his own blood. بِأَبِي أَنْتَ وَأُمِّي يَا Safiya al-Hussein. May Allah grant us the privilege of going to the corner of Masjid al-Kufa and touching the shrine of this incredible companion of Abu Abdullah al-Hussein. So they replaced the cup 3 times. They all got filled with blood, so he realized that he was meant to die thirsty just like his master Abu Abdullah. So they brought him close to Ubaydullah ibn Ziyad. Some of the guards said to him, Sallim ala al-Amir, greet the master, meaning Ubaydullah ibn Ziyad. He said, are you joking? Wallah ma huwa bi amirin li. This is not my master. Amiri Husaynun wa ni'mal amir, sururu fuad al-Bashir al-Nadir. I have one master, and that is Abu Abdullah al-Hussein. You bring me this bastard child and tell me that he is my master? He was only 26 years old, Ubaydullah, by the way. I'm not saying salam to him. Ubaydullah looked at him. He said, salam or no salam, you're going to get killed today. Muslim said to him, I would expect nothing else. I'm translating verbatim. He said, I would expect nothing else from you, because you are so evil that the only thing that you are capable of is murdering innocent people. وَإِنِّي لَأَرْجُ اللَّهَ تَعَالَى, and I have prayed to God that He would make my death, bring about my death at the hand of His most treacherous creatures, and that is you. And by the way, let me tell you something, that there were more evil people than you who killed more righteous people than me. I'm not the first person to be killed in the way of Allah, but I would expect nothing else from someone as evil as you, O Ubaydullah ibn Ziyad. He then said, I do have a few words, a will that I'd like to leave behind. May I do that? The person who came forward was Umar ibn Sa'd, la'natullahi alayh. He was still in Kufa, remember. So Muslim said, can I tell you a few things and have you execute my will? He said, sure, what is it? He said, number one, listen to this. He said, take my horse and my sword, which these soldiers took from me. I want you to sell them and take 700 dirhams, which is the price of the horse and the sword, and give back a debt that I owe to the people of Kufa. Because when Muslim came to Kufa, he stayed there a while, and so he borrowed some money, and now he wants to pay back his debt. Allahu Akbar. Number one. Number two, he said, when they kill me, I want you to take my body and bury it somewhere. I don't want my body to be dragged along the streets and alleyways of Kufa. Ubaydullah said, no, if we kill you, when we kill you, we will then decide what to do with you. You don't tell us what to do. Subhanallah. And number 3, he said, what is your final will and testament? He said, I want you to write a letter to Aba Abdullah Hussein. Tell him, Ya Aba Abdullah, I asked you to come when they had given me their pledge of allegiance, but they betrayed their allegiance. Ya Aba Abdullah, don't come to Kufa. Don't bring your women. Don't bring your children. You don't know what these men have in store for you. Which is why when news broke of the death of the martyrdom of Muslim, this is what happened. Imam al-Hussein was still traveling. Remember, Imam al-Hussein arrives in Karbala, he hasn't arrived yet. He arrives there on the 2nd day of Muharram, which is like tomorrow. Prior to that, the Imam goes through this area called Al-Tha'labiyyah. While he was there, 2 people approached the Imam. The Imam said, where have you come from? They said, we came from Kufa. And we have news. We bear news to you. Would you like us to share the news to you, Ya Aba Abdullah, here, when you're surrounded by your family and your companions? Or should we go to the side so we can confide in you? فَنَظَرَ الْحُسَيْنُ إِلَىٰ أَصْحَابِهِ. Imam al-Hussein looked at his companions. He said, مَا بَيْنِي وَبَيْنَ هَؤُلَاء مِنْ سِرٍ. There are no secrets between me and my companions. Now remember, Imam al-Hussein knew that what they wanted to tell him would be bad news. What they were about to say would cause some of those people with weak hearts to abandon Abu Abdullah. But Imam al-Hussein wants people to stay only if they are fully devoted to the cause. The Imam doesn't want half-hearted individuals joining him. Which is why on the eve of Ashura he said, leave me, go, take my family. They only want me, they don't want you. Allahu Akbar. Imam al-Hussein said, there are no secrets between me and my companions. Do tell. So they said, Ya Aba Abdullah, we didn't leave Kufa until we saw the bodies of Muslim ibn Aqeel and Hani ibn Urwa being dragged along the streets and alleyways of Kufa. Their heads were hanging at the gate of Kufa and their bodies were being dragged along the streets. Allahu Akbar. Imam al-Hussein أكثر من قوله إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون. إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون. إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون.